That's intense.
Well, still an A+ video.
Still an A+ video. I made it in 2 hours too. People forget. Granted, I stole 95% of that from The Purge, the actual movie, and then 100% of the song from somebody else, and I made about 3% of that video.
I was gonna say the song's kind of key in it.
Oh, the song! I heard the song months ago. That was going to be the bracket video song for months, but
And that's behind the music of the bracket.
that's behind the music, dude. That's a little peek behind the curtain there. What's going
I
on?
take it Jay's not going to join us because he's mad that there's still bracket talk.
Yeah, he's so fucking. He was like into it the first day. I wonder why.
Yeah, he got that big attention.
There's a whole goddamn region sponsored by him, but he doesn't want to talk brackets.
Did you all listen to the show today?
Yeah, I'm like halfway through it. I'm right around where he's regretting saying that he was going to take a year off.
Yeah, that was quite the move. I thought that had a 0% chance of happening.
Yeah,
I always wonder, like, when people think things like that.
Through his head. What's that?
When people like think things like that, like, there's so much time in a day that you need to take up, like, yourself with.
Oh, time. Dude, my family is this way. Like, they don't stop working because they know when they stop working, they die. Like, that's the truth, dude. Like, there's people like, yo, you could retire at 30 and live a nice, long, prosperous life and shit. But like, if you're a kind of person that just works all day or blah, 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 or like, I feel like Kirk's kind of a fucking obsessive. Sneak say Kirk should get a job at Home Depot. Like, dude, like my grandpa retired at like 92 and like just fucking dwindled away because of it. But like he was fine up until 92 and then he retires and then like you're old. Like you just have to live as an old person. And what do old people do? They die.
Yeah, like I think it'd be fine if you were like gonna travel the country. You know,
all right, I'm fucking out. You're not wearing that fucking jersey.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off.
Fuck off, vodka. You're fucking.
Shut the fuck up, you little fucking bitch killer. You're such a fucking loser.
Your captain's a war criminal. Settle down.
Shut up. Yeah, he'll fucking kill you. He'll invade Canada and we won't help. You guys won't be able to do. Ukraine would fight back better than Canada would.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And again, like this is the thing. Like that's like calling John a pussy. Like Canada's never claimed to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do. It's like that's like your thing in hockey. You guys are the tough guys. You beat everybody up. What are you talking about?
Yeah, in hockey, not munitions.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Good point.
Good point. Two different things, war and hockey. Little different.
I had to take a loss on that one. That's a bad point. Was that like a bit, John, that you were doing?
What?
The jersey? Or were you actually wearing that?
Work.
You can put it back on. I just won't look.
I mean, no, I had this sick Pat McAfee shirt on, so.
I was getting killed on my Ovechkin take on Twitter.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty fucking hysterical that I had it on and you had that Ovechkin take today. But like, yo, first of all, Ovechkin could take any fucking side he wants. This is America. Like, I don't care if he likes fucking Hitler, dude. If you're good at hockey, you could play here.
Yeah, but if you haven't noticed, free speech goes away if you don't agree with certain people.
That's what I mean. Like we're just killing free speech, and it's just whatever. I don't care. Like I'm done. But like all I care about is like me. So like
my whole point was
my world, like, Carm, her world, my parents. That's fucking you guys. That's it.
Yeah. No, I get that. My point was that he said no more war. What the fuck else do you want from me?
Dude, I've been watching the UN sanctions all day, or the UN briefings all day today, like legit all day. I don't know why, but I just like got to the point where I was going to put the podcast in and I was like, I just need some other country's interpreter just chirping about Ukraine in my ears right now for some reason.
Yeah,
but, like, it's just like their delegate in the fucking UN is just like sitting there just like spurting off just like fake media, fake news. This isn't like we want the war to end. It's like, yo, I heard someone was like, yo, if Russia stops fighting this war, the war ends. If Ukraine stops fighting this war, Ukraine ends. And I was like, ooh, hit him with the hard shot.
And that is a fucking hard ass shot.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you can't use that line that we want the war to end now because that guy just body pierced you. Like,
yeah, I mean that's such a fucking good comeback. Because
oh
realistically, if like you wanted to go down that road, no, it wouldn't, because somebody would try to stop it.
Yeah, oh no, like,
but that line is so good.
It's like, yo, America took over Afghanistan in like 20 minutes. You guys, like, what's going on in Ukraine, Russia?
Yeah, we took over Iraq that had an actual military in like a week.
Yeah, a week. You guys are 5 days in bombing fucking civilian high rises, you idiots. Like, you have all these big weapons, and there's not one fucking motherfucker that knows how to use them, you dummies.
Well, the problem is that
I build all these. I mean, you bought them from us, but
I mean, the problem is that the Russians are basically fighting themselves. If you think about it, I mean, Ukraine used to be in the Soviet Union. Like, the people are similar, except that now they have independence from the country because they didn't fucking like it. Yeah, and now you're fighting yourself, basically.
Yeah, it's Russians fighting the Soviet Union, which is which is real tough. Russia hasn't unleashed their air force yet.
Big comment. Russia hasn't unleashed their air force yet, as per Sneaks.
I'm
well-known war journalist.
I'm 5,000% certain that they released their air force. There was dogfights happening over fucking.
Goes to Kiev.
I mean, I could probably guess that they probably haven't put the full might of it, but
they haven't put the full might of anything, really.
Yeah,
they're basically seeing all the fucking like armor lines that are just getting popped up by just our missiles just jacks me up.
Yeah.
That shit just gets like seeing just a line of fucking armored vehicles just all black burnt.
Dude, they said there's like a convoy line right now. I saw like a CNN like little emergency alert thing. It was like from the satellites. There's like 40-mile long convoy. Like 40 miles.
Know what the best thing to come out of this thing is? If there's anything good that comes out of war, it's the fact that Ukraine has some rockets in their fucking military. Sheesh.
They've got every time, like, I don't, I'm not a huge soccer guy, but I watched the World Cup, and I remember watching, like,
I would say Ukraine's like the only part of
women so hot.
So I think it's like the only part of that part of the country other than like kind of Russia itself, because they kind of have that growth, but like Ukrainian like women, I think are like
Russia. I feel like would have like same thing with Ukraine. I bet Russian women are either like 10s or they're fucking 2s.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no middle ground.
There's because like Ovechkin's wife.
There's no class. There's no middle class. So like
you're either fucking rich or you're fucking poor, and you're either a 10 or you're a 1.
Morocco for the win. Imagine working 4 hours a week.
He said Russia's like Kirk lazy.
Lindsay is right here. Let's get a little bit to the bracket update.
Real quick though, can I make a comment on Kirk?
Yeah, go. Well, I mean, I was going to talk Kirk after the bracket if you want to.
Well, it relates to Ukraine, so okay. I was going to get it out now. We can be done with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hate that, like, because I listened today. Like, the bits that he's got, like, where he doesn't care about anything, like, it's getting old, dude. Like, there's something, because he's saying, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. And I don't know if you listened to it today, but literally they went into it for a little bit because I guess Dave and Mike kind of pushed it because they were talking about Jerry. He knew what was going on. It's like, so why are you pretending you don't fucking know what's going on in the world for a bit? I don't get that. You say you're this real person. You're not.
Yeah. It's just what he feels like saying. That's all. That's why, like, I don't take anything he says seriously because it's just what he feels like saying. Like, I say things all the time. I just want to I want to hear coming out of my mouth. Like, that's it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what it is. There's no reason for me to, like, have a raised voice about it.
No. I mean, that's the point of this show is to, like, for us to get fucking hot-tempered about it. But, like, yeah.
You can be such a fucking loser sometimes. That's annoying.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes me feel like even more of a loser for listening. So if he could stop being such a loser, that would really help my personal, like, my self-worth. All right.
Why aren't you coming on? Why are you fucking in the comments just typing nothing?
Yeah, he's talking about the war and stuff. Like,
good point, Jay.
Let's talk about the fact that we had 625 total votes. Not bad. not bad, especially just because it's just like psychopaths voting over and over, which we're going to go over the actual spreadsheet after we announce the winners, and just to show you like where you could just clearly see cheating. It's actually really cool to see. But let's go over some of the winners here. You guys can see this, right?
Yep.
It's small, but yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna zoom.
That's good.
All right. All right. First matchup, Fat Guy region. We have Daver versus Cheddar, and one of the most upsetting upsets for a 1 seed to lose to an 8 seed. I'm saying this is an upset.
Wait, wasn't Cheddar in the lead like as of yesterday?
Well, that's why I didn't want to show everybody the fucking voting, because I knew they would see if they're down and go fuck it up, Yeah. So like, now granted, that's what we're allowing them to do. So all the power to them. Like, that just means that person didn't work harder. Like, you know what I mean? But it broke my heart to see Daver beat Cheddar here. Vodka, thoughts?
I don't really know Daver like that, and I only know Cheddar from Numby, so I'm not like the greatest person for these two.
Uh-huh.
I don't. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I voted for Cheddar twice because I didn't like that little back and forth you had with Daver. I would have killed Daver for you.
Awesome.
So yeah, I was voting for Cheddar, even though I did tell Cheddar yesterday, "I'll fucking kill you, bitch."
All right.
In Numby. So yeah.
Killer, what are your thoughts on this one? Because this one hurt me.
It hurts. It hurts because I'm a big Cheddar guy. I love Daver too, but I'm a Cheddar stan.
I like Daver. I mean, yeah, granted, we like battled each other, but that's what really just made me like him. Actually, that's about it.
You're a weird fucking.
I love.
You're a weird guy, John.
Yeah, I know.
It's what I like about you and hate about you.
Cheddar, I love. But seeing him go down second round, it's hurtful. He was my 1 seed last year. Let us
In the words of Cullinane, I forgive this, but I'll never forget.
Yeah. 505 responses for that matchup. 303 going to Daver. Killer versus Gig. Dear Lord. Lord.
Gig, delete your Twitter, pussy.
How?
No, Gig's my boy. Here's how. There's people who cheated, and we'll go over this in the
Killer, I voted for you 10 times.
Yeah, we'll go over this in the spreadsheet of all the fucking votes, but there are people who had a vote, like who wanted to cheat, but voted for every matchup. So whatever their opinion was, if you're one of those people, you're getting all their votes too. So you know what I mean? Like, they're cheating for you too, not just the whole thing here. So
I appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
I thought it was a for sure loss. I had Gig winning that easy.
482 total votes.
Pretty good.
Not bad. 376 of those go to the 5.
Realistically, these would be higher too if you didn't initially.
Number 6, Stone Minifan versus TJ Hubbard, a 14 seed. 6 seed Stone Minifan comes out with 400 votes, 84.6% of the vote. I would say a highly tampered with match.
I would say maybe not. You know how Jay likes to dox people, so Jay doxed Stone Minifan's Facebook, where he was begging for votes. So I'm going to go ahead and say at least 200 of these are Facebook votes.
Okay, where Facebook does bring numbies. Killer
big
on this.
I kind of like it, to be honest. Hubbard, fuck Hubbard. Hubbard's a shell of what he used to be. So fuck.
That's kind of true. I will give you that. We are getting massive interaction with Stone Minifans. So I mean, the guy's putting us on Facebook and stuff.
Hubbard's old news.
Yeah. Maybe out with the old guard in with the new fat guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, with the link being on Facebook, those could be Russian votes too.
So that's true too. That's very true. I just watched The Big Hack last night, and I have a lot to talk about that too. What's it called? It's Killer Kowalski versus Daver in the next match, and then we have Stone Minifan versus the winner of Robbie V versus number 10 Cameo Blind Mike, number 2 seed Robbie V, getting 87.7% of the vote. Killer.
He's a wagon.
He's a wagon. He's a wagon.
I love his videos.
Oh, I think it's the videos. I mean, that just shows a good campaign will give you fucking success.
You can't not like Robbie V.
You really can't. There's nothing.
You got a big old dump in your pants.
Yep. And you're sitting on it. You're sitting on it.
and you're not going to wipe it, and then you let it get crusty. You have to get a shower to clean it.
Now you're showering. You don't have a shower. Why don't you have a shower?
Because you're jacked.
Poor and you're homeless. And you know why? It's because you didn't like Robbie V in the first place. That's why.
Amen.
Amen to that. Robbie V getting 434 of 495 total votes.
61 votes.
End of the program, Cameo Blind Mike and Mrs. Cameo Blind Mike. We would like to extend our deepest regards. It's been rough for anyone facing Robbie MVP, but I mean,
61 votes is sad.
Well, no, that's not that bad. It's just the fact that, like, if you're going against Robbie V, you got to get the campaign going. You got to be out there. You got to be on the streets.
I'm going to say right now, Robbie's like national championship finals.
Oh yeah, no, he is a prospect. He is a fucking prospect for this thing right now, and I'm happy about that because he's out there fucking peddling it. Let's move it. So we got Robbie V versus Stone Minifan.
Has there been any upset yet versus seeding right now?
I mean, first round had a bunch of
yeah, but I mean for this round,
the fat guy region complete chalk.
Okay.
All right, we got Montante, the 1 seed versus 8 seed Red from Maine. 509 total responses, 276, 50% of the vote goes to our winner, Michael Montante.
Wow.
If he doesn't win the hair region, it's a travesty.
It is something I am stunned by. Killer.
Why are you stunned by this?
Because Red's got the new
mean,
guard, the old guard. He's got a hot show. I thought Red would take it.
he embraces the tournament. He's not out there just like shitting on it.
I think what carried Montante was his brief appearance on Jerry Callahan.
That's true. I mean, you take that media tour and you're only going to get extra numbers, you know?
Uh-huh.
What I would like to call dick trickle down votes.
I really wish when he was on Jerry's show, I wish Jerry would made fun of his hair so bad.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved that clip for forever.
Tell him Montante that he needed vaxxed was
So Michael Montante, the 1 seed, getting 54% of that vote, moves on to face the winner of High Blind Mike and Pat Williams, the 420 showdown. You like what I did there? 420 somewhere showdown.
Got it.
Okay. 487 total responses. High Blind Mike getting the win here with 60% of the vote.
Damn.
292 votes going to him. Thoughts? Fuck it.
Sad.
You know these guys.
Yeah, it's sad to see Pat lose. I see High Blind Mike on the show. He doesn't really interact with me, so fuck him.
All right. Killer thoughts.
Maybe HBM's a king.
HBM, a guy that, I mean, down the road here, no matter what, he's going to have to face a horse. But
Hey,
I mean,
Watkins,
I would put
3-1
no
leaves
greater
on the first.
horse against a horse like Robbie V than H Blind Mike or High Blind Mike. He is a fucking beast.
We also forget that Pat is my podcast co-host. Do you remember?
Is he?
Hit the rice bucket. we haven't made an episode yet.
I didn't know that was even a thing yet, but I like. Oh, your hockey podcast, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the Capitals are down 3-1 to the Leafs right now.
Thank you. I know it's on in front of me. I don't like you.
And I don't like you in every face. Pecking 195 votes, honorable. When you cheat, you gotta cheat harder. And the greater cheater cheated today. Billboard Clout Guy.
Was this the first upset?
This is the first upset. Billboard Clout Guy versus Blind Mike's daddy, a 11 seed versus a 14 seed. I would say this is a matchup where the seeds have nothing to do with the human. 472 total responses. Billboard Clout Guy only getting 15% of those votes. 72 and honorable, because we would think we're really only getting 72 real votes.
So timeout. BMD was drunk this week. So you think BMD drunk voted?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we got 400 votes, and when we get to the spreadsheet here, there are some people that didn't vote for like every match and just themselves, and I think BMD might be one of those people.
Can we see his IP address?
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're taking clearer guesses there.
Billboard clout guy just on a downward spiral.
So it could just be like High Blind Mike or somebody just going out there voting for his boys. Because he's a loyal fucking dude like that.
Oh, High Blind Mike says he doesn't interact with you because you have a squeaky voice.
Yeah, I do. I can't help it.
Yeah, I can't see comments right now, so if there's good ones, just say
I'm on the case.
All right, let's get down to the next matchup. So we got Montante versus High Blind Mike. I would say a matchup that Montante has 0% chance.
Yeah.
Billboard.
If that's the case, I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna make Montante win. Fuck you, High Blind Mike.
We got Menners versus Dano, 504 total responses.
What is option one?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a classic example of embracing it, showing the world that you're taking part in something. Maybe you disagree with it, but you're going to take part in it. You're going to give in. You're going to show your support. We have another upset here. The 10 seed Dano crushing Menners, just crushing him to 439 of the 500 total, or 504 total votes. 87%.
That's a murder.
That's a murder, folks.
Pretty bad.
That's a Robbie V murder. Also, I just noticed 2 votes went to option 1, which I don't. Literally, people would rather pick another option than Dano or Menners, but
even though that doesn't show on the sheet at all,
it doesn't. Oh, you know why? You know why? It might have just been there before I put it, and somebody clicked it.
Okay.
Because I fucked up. It's funny. I fucked this up on the voting, and it's the second time I fucked this matchup up. Or third, actually, because Jason from Attleboro is now back on Twitter, who, remember, this is a Dano, Jason from Attleboro tag team you're facing at this point. So, Blind Mike's daddy, you will be facing the duo of Jason from Attleboro and Dano. Good luck.
Scary.
Unemployment region, Willie G. Blazer versus 16, Cinderella Story, Himothy. 503 total responses, 444. Jinx, you owe me a soda. Of those go to Himothy, the play in Cinderella Man, Jimmy Bradford himself, Himothy. Thoughts?
10 of those votes for Willie G or me, so he really only got 49.
I gave Willie G a vote too. Wow.
I gave Willie G a vote. I gave Himothy 400. Yeah, 11% of the vote going to my guy Willie G. I know that'll hurt his fucking mental health. I know this is going to affect him. He might be,
there's really not much more to hurt, is there?
Well, rank play came back to COD. Maybe I can convince him to play with me.
Oh, did he?
No, I'm saying rank play came back to the new.
He didn't come back, but rank play did.
Yeah, maybe I can convince him to play. Cheer him up.
He is going to be playing. He being Himothy, winner of the 8 versus 16 match, is going to be playing the winner of the 5-13 match. Blind Mike, a 5 seed. Sources say a 13 seed. 133 votes for Blind Mike, the 5 seed, loses with 27% of the vote to Sources say, a guy out there actively fucking promoting, beats a show member who just completely ignores the tournament and everyone else because he's blind. What are thoughts?
Even if he wasn't blind, he'd ignore
it. Facts. That's a fact.
I never know why Mike never gets in on the fun.
He got in on the first one, like he was all in, and he just does what Kirk says, because he's blind and doesn't know what else to do because he's blind.
Well, I can't wait because I hope Kirk's still alive.
Himothy versus Sources say is a great matchup because, Sources say now this matchup only had 483 votes, so big dip on that one. Actually, not a big dip if you think about it, relative. But Sources say is out there fucking. He loves this tournament, dude. He or she, I don't know what the fuck it is, but
it's an it. It's an it. You can have that.
Yeah.
It's a they them.
Who hasn't
Sources say is a they them.
Yeah, whatever. We. So 13 seed versus a 16 seed in the Sweet 16, something I love to see.
I like it.
Lindsay versus Andrew Augustus.
This is a fucking travesty because Andrew Augustus
that hurts me.
Loser.
This kind of makes me think that maybe Blind Mike's daddy had something to do with this tournament. It has me thinking.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Now that I didn't think about that.
Friend of the show, Lindsay, the 11 seed, gets 203, 44% of the
She was up by a fuck ton as of like a day ago.
Well, that's what I mean. Someone might have seen it and, went in there and tampered a little bit. All it takes is one person that doesn't like you to completely shift your vote. Possibly.
Half this world is from Massachusetts, and they're known for cheating. Check their football team, so it's not that surprising. And I'm about it.
Tapes.
I'm about it.
Fucking tapes. Friend of the show, Lindsay, loses to Augustus, a man who I feel like is a guy who was blessed with this guy had the playbook like before any of us. It's like this guy had the playbook. Yeah. He just did everything opposite of the playbook. Listening to Kirking off infuriates me when I hear Augustus speak his own opinions. I'll listen to him read an unbiased opinion, but hearing Augustus say the way he thinks makes me want to punch him in the mouth.
Listen to Kirking off one time.
Oh, it's a great show. It's a show where Buddy and his cousin talk about Kirk Minahan and the goings.
Oh, Buddy's on it?
Buddy, yeah. Buddy's the
okay. Well, then I'll check it out then.
Yeah. Killer thoughts on this matchup.
The
only thing that's more fucked than this is Augustus's dog.
Wow, hurtful.
Jesus Christ.
Hurtful and true. Vaca, any thoughts on this devastating loss for Lindsay? I mean, respect to Augustus. Don't get me wrong. He moves on. Thank your support. Thank your fucking sugar daddy, whoever got you this.
Yeah, this is sad. I voted for Lindsay probably 10 times also, so that's when you hate to see the cheating.
You're really picking winners here, dude.
I'm not. I'm a Capitals fan, bud.
Vodka's votes don't hold much weight.
I'm a Washington Capital, a Washington R-words fan, so I'm not calling them the Commanders. I'm not doing it.
This is an XFL team. Lindsay loses that one. Augustus moves on to face the winner of Stonks versus Sheldon the Lib. Stonks getting a shockingly, I would say, lowest of the bracket, 34 total votes.
That's about 25 more than I expected.
Really? I mean, he obliterated fucking Poppy.
I know, but that's so long ago. That's like years.
Yeah. Sheldon the Lib, Democrat from North Dakota, 445 total votes for our guy. That's 92.9%, probably the highest grade Sheldon's ever gotten. Vaca, thoughts on this one?
Sheldon's so stupid that he'll take this and he'll probably try to run for something in North Dakota. That's how stupid he is.
Wow.
Sheldon, so dumb. How dumb is he? Sheldon, so dumb.
Did I sound like that?
No, but that's like the match game. Killer.
I'm happy for Sheldon. He needs a win. He's
you know how to say the hurtful things. Go on.
Ever since the rundown's been dead, he's pretty much lost half the will to live.
Yeah.
Realistically, I do like Sheldon, but it's whatever. Who gives a fuck?
I hated Sheldon on that show, but I loved his rants on that show so much that he was worth being on that show.
Yeah, that one rant the other day was the best one I've ever heard.
Liked on that show after whatever happened. Like Ziggy.
Ziggy's such a fucking punk.
Ziggy's the best, dude. You need Ziggy's in the world.
Nobody does a drive.
For Sheldon getting 445% or 445 of 479 votes.
It's 34 votes, the lowest of anybody.
Sheldon versus Augustus close out the unemployed section.
Is 34 the lowest votes of anybody?
Ooh, this is a tough loss too here for our guy. Is Sheldon is what? 34 is the lowest so far, yeah. We got our next matchup, Chris Matuin, friend of the show, friend of the network, host of It's 420 Somewhere in at the 8 seed, and we have 16 seed, a horse in this division, Visionless Dave. It's good to see a guy who's a 16 seed and ask for it to just roll through the tournament as if he would be a higher seed. It's kind of go ahead, Vaca.
I could see a Visionless Dave Robbie V like final.
I think that's going to be. There's no other. I mean, other than High Blind Mike pulling it off, which if it gets to High Blind Mike first, well, no, it won't. So it'll be High Blind Mike versus Robbie V's in the Elite Eight. So the only time it's either High
Okay,
Blind
yeah.
or Vigilant, or what's it called, Robbie V, that would have to play Vigilance Dave, because if he comes out of this division, he has to face whoever
Yeah,
comes
good
out
point.
of
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, whoever comes out of this one, which isn't a very, I would say, I mean, other than Dano, I wouldn't say is a very, well, it's High Blind. Yeah, it's High Blind Mike. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to tell who will face who when it's not like actually in the bracket. Like
far. I went too far.
Yeah, because don't we still have the special region?
Yeah, that's what we're on.
Yeah.
So Vigilance Dave comes out of this with 298 of 517, the highest amount of votes we have so far, total. 57% of the vote. The 16 seed Vigilance Dave moves on. Killer thoughts.
Kind of expected. Chris put up a good fight, though.
Yeah, Chris definitely put up a great fight. Great fight. Vodka, what are you thinking on this one?
It just disappeared off the screen. We're looking at your Google.
Yeah, I have a black lady with the fucking afro in the background. Fuck
pretty
off.
sick, actually. I mean, I didn't think Chris was going to win. I didn't think it'd be that close.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than it could have been, I'll say.
I think Chris.
Again, this all depends on, and this is the reason I like that we allow cheating. Like, people don't know when to stop because they don't want to look like an idiot and like overdo it. So there's like a moral thing that happens, and that's why us saying you can do it makes it that much worse. And that's why I like this like style, because like you see the guy who's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do it fucking 300 times. No, I'm not saying anyone did it. Like, I don't know who did it. I can't tell, you know. It doesn't like, I wish it told me who were the people who voted multiple times, because listen, I would be telling the world who you are at this point in time. But
as far as Chris being in the special region, I agree. That's a great place to put him.
Okay. All right, dude. He lost. Like,
I've seen him try to figure out StreamYard. It's embarrassing to watch.
Next up, we got Dale, American Hero.
That mean?
It's sort of mean. Dale, American Hero, war veteran.
This was a hard one for me to vote on.
All around great guy. Yo, you could see also matches where just somebody wouldn't vote for just one match. It's great. Like, just I can't morally vote for this one. 400 versus the 5 seed Buddy. We got a 4 versus a 5 seed here. 489 total responses. Dale with 52.8% of the vote. I would say a lot closer than I thought it would be. Vodka, as a fellow American Hero, guy who blew up bridges and possibly people's spots. What do you think?
I mean, this was hard for me because I do like Buddy. Buddy is probably the only reason I like the 420 show. And
all right, guy comes on very rarely. Got it.
A lot of honesty tonight, eh?
Yeah. What was that? Do you want? Hey, Killer. He asked me what I wanted to say. All right, bud. So this is why it was hard, because I like Buddy a lot, but I had to go with my guy Dale. If I would feel like I'd be disrespecting the military.
Okay. Okay.
There you go, Killer. Hey, Killer, it's your turn.
I don't want to step on that fucking great thought.
That was beautiful. Maybe we end it with veterans. Dale getting 258 of 489 total votes. That's 52% of the total vote. Actually, 53. Nustin versus a 6 seed Boner Jams. Nustin being a 3 seed. 499 total responses. That kills me. Nustin, our guy, 123 votes. 24% loses to our guy Boner Jams. 75% of the vote. 376 is a number that actually like kind of visually satisfies me. 376. Don't know why. What do you guys think about this one? Vodka, what are your thoughts on Boner Jams? Moving on.
This was another hard one for me. I think you figured out. I voted 10 times on this. Like, I went to this thing 10 times. I voted for Nustin 5. I voted for Boner Jams 5.
Oh,
mainly
okay.
because Nustin is one of the funniest people in this world. And then I voted for Boner Jams because he gave me stock advice on Canadian oil. So
Okay.
and it's already panned out pretty well. So
Yeah. Which I will say the same. I too dabbled into a little bit of that thanks to Boner Jam. So thank you for that. Killer thoughts on Canadian oil.
Canadian oil's back. We decided to stop buying oil from Russia. Our gas is going to go up, be expensive as fuck. Justin Trudeau's inflation is going to fuck us.
Yeah.
Boner Jams is going to be rich because of the stock, so it's all good.
No, shout out Boner Jams. I hope he makes it because of this, because he is out in the streets, dude. This dude is out in the streets.
I thought it was like a joke at first. The first couple times I saw him in spaces on Twitter, that motherfucker stays spaces.
It's like he's running them, dude. Like it's like he's running them. Buddy is gonna have to face, or excuse me, Dale's gonna have to face Vigilance Dave in the next round. That's a matchup I can't wait for. Yeah. There's gonna be some people who leave.
I'm probably gonna say fuck the military for that one and go for VD.
Oh wow, that's your fucking breaking point, huh? Now we know.
Big VD guy.
Yeah. Now we know. Next up, we have whoever Boner Jams is going to face, and that's the winner of Warden of the North versus the 15 seed, Kirk Minahan. Warden coming in at a 7 seed, being in a part of the bracket you just don't want to be in. Total votes, 486 total votes. Warden of the North getting 51.9% of the total vote. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Because, like, listen, it's not like it's overdoing it with 400. I love this. Like, that's an honorable way for Kirk to go down, too.
Warden had so little votes like yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, he had like 75 votes yesterday.
Well, I would say, like, after I posted how many votes there were, it went up. It went up a lot.
Yeah,
significantly. Like, I would say from, like, I was coming in, like, telling everybody, like, we were around 250, and I posted, like, the polls, and then by this morning I looked and I was like 600. I was like, holy fucking psychopaths. like that's just like, all right, like I cheated enough, and then you're like, no, I have to cheat more. But is what it is. So Warden moves on and has to face Boner Jams. Next round's gonna be exciting, I think, because now we're just coming down to like horses.
Yeah,
you know.
I was thinking about that earlier. This next round is very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah.
I have to, like I said, I'm going to vote for VD over Dale. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one. That one hits home.
I fucking threw a grenade in Dale's foxhole.
Typical Nuts going to get murdered by a boner. Oh, shit. That's funny. That's funny. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. All right, Jay, you're more than welcome to come on. I know we listened to Kirk Minahan today, so I was going to save the Kirk Minahan talk for when he's here, but maybe he's still having his fucking period somewhere. I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can. You say whatever you want. It's your fucking show.
You're having your man, whatever guys would get if they had their period.
What? What are you talking about? Killer, what is he talking about?
Did you guys see the video of me at work today when just like 369 was on? Like the very loud music and flashing lights?
No, I did not see that. Okay, but I can't post, like fucking pull it up. Let me see it.
God damn it, Faka.
All right, then don't do it. You could have said no.
No.
I know that's not the John way.
Okay.
That was like a shot, but a nice compliment.
It kind of, yeah.
You're like
there.
You're like Yes Man. You're like Jim Carrey. Yes Man.
Okay, that's a good movie. I don't mind that movie at all.
It's an underrated movie.
Yeah, it's an underrated movie. I would say this. I don't know if I've seen it.
You mean all right? It's an underrated one of his comedies, but yeah, you don't really need to see it to get what it is. Here's the premise: he says yes to everything.
Yeah.
And then he realizes he can't
I like
do
the idea of it more than the fact that I haven't seen it.
I bet you have seen it.
No, that's what I mean. I think I have.
Yeah. Let's see this video.
This was just my office today, and I was like, what the fuck? So I started taking a video. He was taking a video of me. Yo, and like I have the other angle of it. It's great.
So so you guys turn your office into like a mini venue?
Yeah.
Is that so like artists can perform in front of you that you have to like decide whether you're going to hire them or not?
No, like we just will have shows at like our office. Like we're signing, like I can't say really a lot, but
Makes
like,
it easier to stream, I imagine, too.
yeah, and that's basically like my job is to run that. Is like the stage and everything is going to be streamed to like Twitch and stuff. We're like talking about getting a deal with Twitch, so like we
How big is it behind the camera there? Like how many people could watch that in the building?
Oh, like how big's our office? Not like
if somebody wanted to watch like a band,
you could probably fit like 50 people in my office.
Okay,
it's not really made for like
in that area
live shows.
Okay,
but you would be able to like open it up and like have people like you could like fit more, but it's not meant for like
potentially
like the only people that would be there when there's performances going on are like people close to the band and like crew because like we're streaming it. So like there's like cameramen and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, maybe that's what I didn't understand. I really don't know what your job is, and I wouldn't expect you to explain on here.
Yeah.
But essentially, what that is for you to live stream their.
Yeah, so like now that like we're gonna have bands that like work exclusively for us, like they could come in and like they have key cards to our office. They could come in like practice there. They could do whatever they want.
One of the girls I went to high school with, she's like a senior marketing manager at Sony Music.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be beneficial to like mention you guys to her?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be quite beneficial.
I know. I wouldn't know what to say. I'd be like, hey, just check out this group.
Yeah, that's all. Maybe she does. You know, like that kind of stuff, like
because that'd be dope. So
when I am running, like I basically like the stage is my biggest responsibility. I'm marketing director, but like the stage is my biggest response. Like that's my thing. Like I started the stage, so like I run that, but like my real job is marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure to let her know about it.
Yeah. Like that's why it would be cool to like I would chat with that person. Like if I had that kind of a resource, like I would make my job, trust me, a lot easier.
I'll hit you up offline about it.
Yeah. Sneakers said take this to the DMs. Fuck you. What else is going on? I'm giving Jay a 5-minute warning, then we can start talking about Kirk. What else is going on in your lives, Vodka? I put the game Elder Scrolls down, or whatever it's called, down to a 2, and I brought it back up to a 5 today because of MRAC support for it and my open-mindedness to the whole entire world. Thoughts? I love just saying thoughts tonight, by the way. It's great.
I get where you and prep yourself for a Sneakers dork alert because that's what he said under my
I don't care. Never judge your life based off what Sneakers.
No, I don't. I'm just saying prepare yourself. I was like,
okay.
So I get your premise where you think the game is fucking horrible. A lot of people think that because they don't want to put the time into a game that doesn't.
I understand that too, and that'll went a lot into it.
And that developing company, every game they've ever made is like that.
Okay, and I have no problem with that. Okay, let me rebuttal or give my rebuke to that. I have no problem with that at all. Like I love games where you have to grind, but there are examples of a much more interactive version of that where like there are small parts of it that they could make better for you. Like if you don't know what you're doing, there's still no way. Like, yo, everybody doesn't know that that's how their games are, let alone does that matter about this game. So like, maybe that company should be like, okay, that's actually an issue. Like, it shouldn't be where like our former players should have to justify the fact that this stupid fucking game could be just running in circles and picking up fucking fruit. Like,
I think
that's
it
all
doesn't
the
help that a
player
lot.
knows how to do in the beginning. Like,
Well, that my rebuttal to that is that like that little baby tutorial that you have is them trying to address that.
but no, even in the tutorial, they're not explaining the fact that this is all you got. Like, listen, sit in here for a minute, dude, because after this, you don't get shit.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I get both sides of it. I think they were.
Oh, and like, I am all for the fact that this game is going to be good in my heart, and I have to work to make it good in my heart. But like, there is a little bit of fucking blame here on this fucking company that made this game.
Well, their thought process. They're a Japanese company too, by the way. So
that means nothing to me. I drive
Least
Subaru.
surprising thing ever.
yeah, exactly. Because if you pay attention to the way they design the graphics and stuff, you can easily tell it's a Japanese game.
Well, like, you could be like a human, like a something that looks like a rock, or you could be a samurai. So I was like, oh, well, that okay. Like,
Well, yeah.
Maybe
Well, they never had a samurai before, so that's like a new thing. But
are you playing it actively? Like, are you got it and everything?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. And that's mainly because like I'm still like.
You watched it or anything?
Yeah, my cousin Mike plays on Twitch, and he's like really big into those games. So I'll like if I'm chilling, I'll throw up his stream because he streams on Twitch.
Rags play tonight because like I just need like inspiration, and by that I mean the inspiration to like show me like, yo, when you have nothing to do, be doing this. When you have Witcher, like there's games like The Witcher where like they don't really tell you what to do in the beginning. Like you can go through that whole game and not realize there's a whole other game in the game. And
yeah, but I think a lot of people were expecting that. A lot of people are hungry for Skyrim.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I hate Skyrim too. So like I am more Skyrim's that's a whole different story. I'm not talking Skyrim. But you're right in the fact that like people were expecting that kind of a game, I guess. But like Skyrim's kind of like with this too, where like you can just fucking wander for years.
Skyrim's like an arcade version of this.
No, this is more of an arcade version of Skyrim, I would say. Yeah, it's more hack and slash than Skyrim, 100%. 100%.
I guess
another issue I have with this game is the buttons. Like their buttons aren't figured out. There's the most inconvenient things in the most inconvenient spots. I had to remap the whole button thing to make it where my brain thought, okay, this is like how you should have done this. Because like, like consume a fucking potion is X. And it's just like, I'm in the middle of fighting, smashing buttons because that's what you have to do in this game, kind of. And like, I accidentally hit X, and it takes like 3 seconds for this girl to fucking drink a potion, and I only got 3 of those, and I just died, and now I got to go like 500 miles to go get my shit.
I don't think that's the default, isn't it? I think the default for that is on the directional pad.
Nope. That's what I mean. Like, it's the button this is like, and it's all I'm actually judging this all based off of is the whole video game industry right now. They're all run by fucking Wall Street, and that's a fucking issue because you're making video games that literally need people that sit there and test them. I know that 100%, but there are fucking there's the fact that like George Martin is involved with this game and stuff where like they have a due date, they got to get it done by that due date, where like a company without that pressure can just like, what's the difference of a due date, dude?
Well, I get what you're saying. This is where you don't know about like the development of this game, because this game was supposed to come out like 2.5 years ago, and they kept pushing it back to try to make it better.
Okay, and that's fine, but like there's small things like I heard like the connection in multiplayer, like the co-op and that stuff is kind of wonky and stuff, but it's like, if all these companies are giving it a 9 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 and everything, like that's awesome. Like if there's
why they give up?
There's these wonky things like that means just because like this George R. Martin thing, like that means this was corporatized, and that's what I don't like about it. Like it's turning like I don't like any game turning into what Call of Duty turned into, because they just ruin like they can that money can ruin a franchise of video games, dude. And like everything
you're saying there makes sense, except I don't think it applies to this game.
And
Everything you said there makes sense
a big
because
name involved with it, dude, that like even George R. R. Martin's people will make it to the point where you're gonna have to start fucking cutting
I
corners.
think you're giving too much credit to how much he's involved, man.
He wrote the whole story. They
But that
market,
doesn't have
the whole
anything.
marketing
It
program is
doesn't have
based
anything
off
to do with gameplay.
the whole marketing program is based off him. Every ad you see has his name either second or on the fucking screen. Like that means a lot.
I know it does, but I don't.
It does. Like that means like a guy like me, a guy who works marketing for this company, has days where like, yo, George R. R. Martin's people need posts for his social media by this day, this day, this day. So if they don't have
to do with the game.
if they don't have their shit ready, George R. R. Martin can't post this stuff. Now I'm getting in trouble. You're getting in trouble. Like that kind of stuff ruins this stuff. It has to be like art. Like art you can't force. Now, I think this game is art. I just like haven't figured it out. It's beautiful. Like, yo, the graphics are beautiful, and I hope the story is good. It's just I can't find the story. Like, I literally just can't find the story. I don't know where to go.
The reason that this game is getting all those accolades is because From Software makes their games. So when you do something in the game, you actually feel gratification out of it, and a lot of games don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you achieve something in Call of Duty, or like you achieve an achievement in Call of Duty, you don't have actual gratification out of it.
This game more to like think of like Witcher, Red Dead, open world games, not Call of Duty though. I was just talking about like the corporate sense in the Call of Duty version of it, like where all they care about is microtransaction. Like that, this game has nothing to do like this. I'm just hoping that's not what this game is veiled as. Like that it is that, and like they're just veiling this game as like just this actual awesome game. And like all these fucking streamers are paid off. Like I don't know. I'm real conspiracy America right now.
I think I don't know. I'd have to agree to disagree with you.
Also, you have to play the game, so like it's going to change your mind when you start playing this game.
I mean, I've played the other ones, and I can see it's the same game, just with a different story. I've played Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. Yeah. I know this fucking company. I know this game. The fighting
like or that CD Projekt Red though. Like, yo, they made all the Witcher games, and then they went and made that fucking goose egg.
Well, that's because they actually did put the game out.
That's a more fucking exact fucking thing of what I mean by what can happen to like these videos, like CD Projekt Red. Like they let.
I blame that game's failure on COVID. I blame that game's failure on COVID.
That's could be true too, because like developers couldn't like meet and shit,
and they need to. It's crazy how much the gaming industry actually needs to be near each other to like get their brains to fucking work.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, that was gaming talk with Vodka and John.
I liked Killer's additions.
The Souls game have a formula.
What? I don't see the.
Jeff said the Souls games have a formula. And I am embracing this game to the point where like I want it to be a full success in my heart. Like I want it to be good. I want it to have a good story because I have nothing to play right now. I'm just playing over. Like I'm replaying The Witcher before I started playing this game. So like there's no game like that I could go play.
I think if you keep your mind open and don't like, you're gonna fucking cuss this game out.
Here's the difference though. I'm trying to keep my mind open, but it's like, one of the most frustrating games in the world to try to keep your mind open to, because it challenges you in that way to literally like get you frustrated. Like that's the point of the game. Like that's their formula. And it's like, they put you up against things that they know you can't beat until you figure out how to beat it. So like, it's really tough in that version because like I'm just getting like crushed. You know what I mean? Like, and that's out there.
But that doesn't mean you're a bad player. It doesn't mean you're playing bad. That's the way I made it.
It just means I haven't figured out how to beat it yet. But it's like, okay, there's a certain.
That's what I like about the game. It challenges your mind. It's not a fucking like cookie cutter go down the line version.
Like I said, that's what I do like about these games. But it's like I have to be like I still haven't been like sold on the game by the game. Like the game didn't sell me yet. That made me want to be like, oh, this is fun. I don't care if I don't like fucking dying 1,000 times. Like I want the story. You know what I mean? Like. The game didn't do a good job to sell me before making it way too hard to want to continue. That's a good summary of it too.
and I will put this, and hopefully this won't detract you from playing. I've played all 3 of the Dark Souls that this company made before. I've beaten one of them.
That's tough.
And it's like, and you never really beat it, and you never really beat it because you have to like replay the game also once you beat it to get even more shit. Like so like if you want to start PvPing against other people, you kind of have to play the game through another time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that's
if you ever want to go to a fun thing to watch on Twitch is to go to like obviously go to Elden Ring, but then look up speed runs and no hit runs. There's people that
big ass gold tree. I'm trying to get to the big ass gold tree, but I keep dying. I gotta go get my shit, and then because like every time you die, you drop everything you have. It sucks. But yeah, I brought it from a 2 to a 5. Kirk Minahan quit today, or whatever. Not quit. Said he was going to quit. I don't know where Jay is.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter.
Did I even? Yeah, I sent the link, right?
Oh yeah.
It's in numbies. I'm interested what Killer's thoughts on Kirk today was, because you guys already kind of heard my little brief about how it's a fucking played out bit. Just quit or don't.
I love it.
He's not gonna quit. Like I said earlier, he just needs something to do. Not having anything to do will drive him insane.
Yeah. Insane.
What do you mean he has nothing to do?
Like your kids, like when your kids are fucking teenagers, they don't want to hang out with you.
He golfs a lot though. Like people don't realize like he can quit and
yeah, like that's what I mean. You'd have to do. You'd have to like golf.
To make sure he can retire and still get 10 years of only being like golfing in. Yeah. That's all he cares about. Like all I've ever heard about Kirk in his personal life is the fact that all he cares about is golfing.
Well, yeah, that's what he said he did all weekend. Is he just watch golf all weekend?
Yeah. Which is like, yo, if you're good at golf, like all the power to you. You're rich. You shouldn't be doing this to begin with. Like, what are you doing here, dude? Go get a job where all you have to do is golf.
The interesting part though is like for Cullinane.
Yeah, that'd be tough for Cullinane. I love that part of it today.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, I worked at Barstool yesterday. Today I used to kind of work at Barstool. I'm on my way out, or I don't know what to say. Like that makes me happy.
I can't see Cullinane moving the family.
At this point in time, I have a higher position in media than Dave Cullinane.
True.
I mean, yeah, I did think about that as he was telling them. I was like,
I probably had a higher one before this. like legit.
That's actually depressing to think for Cullinane, because he's I mean, that's been his whole professional career, right?
Reality, dude. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, Dave. The truth.
I know, but that's got to be like depressing, because I think he's older than you. This has been his whole professional career.
Yeah,
and he's still older than you.
He's pretty good at it. Yeah, but like I am a much different person. I'm not a dummy like Dave is. Like I'm not a dummy.
He is one of the dumbest people that I've ever heard.
I'm burning bridges with this podcast, buddy. To hang out with Kirk 2 hours a week makes me laugh now. Having a friend like Matt Carano makes me laugh, so I'll never support that relationship. I love you, Sean.
Well, is Jay not showing? Because I'm gonna head home. I just got done some stuff.
I don't know.
You're waiting for Jay?
Oh, I just finished right now, so I was interested to hear Jay's thoughts since he suddenly.
Well, why don't you head home and you could just hop on if Jay comes.
Yeah, I'll throw it out. I was just interested because Jay suddenly looks like he listened to the show today.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bust his balls about.
I know. I am depressed about that. I wanted to be like, that's when you know Jay is listening, because he's like fucking on Facebook commenting on. I didn't know there was Facebook Kirk. I didn't know there was like a Kirk world on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even gonna go look for it, because then I'll be getting doxxed by Jay.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's actually my favorite part. Jay just throws up screenshots.
Jay, you going into the Facebook group and just like trashing on everybody's comments and shit is the best. It's the best. I literally said at work for like.
It's the closest thing to the Discord that we have left.
What? The Facebook
that interaction, like the nonstop comments, that
actually makes sense. That this world would be more a Facebook world now.
Oh, it's the best. Facebook group is the best.
I love you, Killer.
You finally come on. Killer's been waiting for you. He just leaves.
I think
He just wants to, play the game, I guess. Whatever.
what's
How
up,
are
Trey?
you?
So you listened to the show today?
Yes. Yeah, I did. I listened to the whole thing.
Do you think it's because of you that today happened? You not
It's
listening
good
to
to
the
be
show?
back. It's good to be back. It's good to expose. I mean, that those Dr. Vog. I mean, I can understand that you might, get a little like depressed here and there with the show, like you said earlier. If Kirk was more of a man, you might be more of a man. I think it's kind of amazing when he says stuff like this that he's just gonna quit the show and how what do they say? Like the dog catches the car and he doesn't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's a line from
The
famous
Dark Knight.
movie The Dark Knight.
It's like Kirk lays this out there, and these guys all, oh, there's another podcast I can listen to. Oh, no, fuck that. Oh, I'll listen to Yak. I'll listen to Dave Portnoy, BFFs. There's no podcast like the Kirk Minahan show.
Spend all your time
Come down to Kirk.
for that
Kirk
second
Minahan. There's nobody else like that.
that would make it all.
Guy's been through EI,
There's always
been through merch.
reason to
Who
feel
the fuck do you know that's been through merch?
and it's
Not that kind
hard
of merch. Not merch. Like merch.
I need
So
some.
go listen to Yak. Go listen to. I can't think of any other podcast right now that I would rather listen to than the Kirk Minahan show. I laughed today. I cried today. I realized Cullinane is.
Find some peace.
VLS KMS. VLS KMS. VLS KMS.
Wow. All right. You heard it here first, folks. I didn't hear it, so I don't know if you guys got anything from that. Jay making a statement about how much he loves the show. That show being the one Friday he said he doesn't listen to anymore.
I haven't listened since the episode where he called out the senator.
My favorite part was the part where you're eating the grapes so close to your cat's butthole. That was my favorite.
He has a way. He understands now.
Cats are not supposed to eat grapes.
I don't think he'll eat it.
Well, they're not supposed to eat them, so don't feed the fucking cat a grape.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, well,
He
don't
eats
do it.
fruit when he likes it.
Yeah, well, they can't eat grapes. Like, you could say that's like voodoo science, but it's
There's
true.
cat hair on this one.
Yeah, I bet there was. Vaka, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm in awe of what Jay said.
Yeah. What are your takes on what he said?
I mean, it's a bold move coming from a guy that stopped listening.
I didn't stop listening. I took a mental break. Mental time. It's a thing in this world. You know that I've been on a mission. You can't say I haven't been on some type of mission.
I mean, I could. I don't know that I've paid attention enough to know what the mission was.
I mean, you went to Colorado. I went to find the beginning of the world.
I didn't go to Colorado for a mental break. I went to go play hockey.
See, I told you. He eats. He knows what he likes.
He's eating the muffin, and he dropped it.
I can't fight
You just missed Maui eating the muffin.
I can't fight that. I can't fight that love for the muffin. This cat has had fucking problems with baked goods since his birth. I do believe it became a problem when we locked him in the cabinet with the baked goods.
Mm-hmm.
But he does seem to know where muffins and English muffins and bread rolls, and he's very particular with that.
Right.
Back to bracket talk. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, no,
Is Daver gonna win?
we already did bracket talk.
Thank God for that.
Will you stop throwing food on your own floor?
I'm throwing it into the bucket here with the grapes. So
All right.
back to things that make sense.
Why did you say you were so excited for the show today? Because you have a Kirk Minahan takes, and you're just not going to sit here and tell everybody that what they're talking.
I don't get how people do the wrap-up shows. I really don't. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing to that. Like, if you listen to the show, you either get the show or you don't get the show. And then you come on and you do the wrap-up show, and you suck off one of the people on there.
We don't really.
He said this and he said that. And what was great Kirk did today? He canceled that stupid fucking shit show. You know, I don't think Chris realizes that the only reason Out of Theory that podcast exists is to ruin Quantum League. Once that mission was accomplished, have fun. Yikes.
So this has been Meeting of the Minds, the wrap-up show. Any thoughts on the end of the show? What you're eating paper? You're a fucking file.
You gotta eat the berries.
Where's BA today, by the way? Has anyone talked to him? I didn't hear from him once.
You know he's busy.
I don't.
Ukraine. Isn't he on the Ukraine show?
Vodka? Thoughts?
I don't know what this is. I thought there'd be more from Jay.
You want me to talk about what? Russia versus Ukraine? What's the biggest topic on your list?
I thought your Kirk take would be more in depth than what you're doing. Because you've whittled it down. You whittled it down to I don't get wrap-up shows. You either get the show or you don't. Like, okay, you could do that to anything. Great take.
Is this the first time Kirk has said he's going to quit the show?
But it's getting old, dog.
Did you listen to the show today?
I got to the part where he said he quit.
So maybe you should continue to fucking listen before you have an opinion, because you don't get him or no.
You
don't get it. You don't get it.
You don't get him, dude.
You
don't get him.
About the show,
so you're not allowed to listen.
You get him. Jay gets him.
There is no gatekeeping in the Minifang world. There is only Jay. There is only Jay. All gatekeeping stems from Jay.
Listen to the whole show.
You haven't listened in weeks, and you're telling somebody
when a show like that puts the title. Say, if you listen to the show, right, John? You listen to the show, right? Today,
I'm halfway through it.
Did you listen? Did you get to the part where they got the calls?
Nope. But
I'm gonna get that call. You guys talk amongst yourself.
Well, I'm not gonna.
What do you do?
To it. Like, also, I would put it on. We're not going to play it through your shit.
It's the blind mic. It's irrelevant to the whole show. It just makes sense right here, right now.
You don't want to get it, classic Jay.
It's so amazing. Like, this show title was Major Show Announcement. Doesn't that trigger you? Wouldn't you just jump at that? What if his mom came back to life?
Or I did get to that part where he made the joke about them coming back to life.
So, like, if you think he can joke about that, don't you think he could joke about canceling the show forever?
I mean, I get that it's probably a joke, Jay. It's just old. That's my point. It's annoying. It's like either do it or don't. You don't have to keep pick a different bit. Move on.
He's done it multiple times already. He's left
from my point. That is my point, you stupid idiot. It's getting old. I'm tired of hearing it. Either actually do it.
Getting old announcing that he cares that people seem to not give a fuck about anything on the show.
Rephrase that because I didn't understand the way you put it.
You think I ate paper, John?
He doesn't have
sucking off the paper. He's not even trying to eat it. You want more?
Lindsay DM me asking for the link. Lindsay, I don't give out the links. I don't know how to do that.
He loves this fucking blueberry. Maui, that's paper. Oh, stop. Here.
But I don't get the show, Jay. So you're right. I don't get to say what I just did about.
You haven't finished the show, so you don't have the right to talk about it.
No, you said I don't get the show and I don't get
I
Kirk.
don't think you got this episode if you didn't.
So what
finish
you're
it.
saying is,
That's
if
not what you said. You said I
You
don't
didn't
get.
finish the episode. No, that's what you took it as. I meant it as I said it. I'm
No,
sorry that
you
took
said
it
the
as
words.
that.
You don't get
wanted
it.
to
You don't
finish-
get
that's how
Kirk.
you
That's
want
what
to
you
take it.
said.
Finish the show, then you can make an opinion on it.
But that's not what you
That's
said
it.
originally.
That's what you wanted me to say. That's how you wanted to take it.
No,
You
that's
wanted
how
that
you said it. Those
so
were
you
the
want
actual
that
words
no,
that
you
came
want
out of
that
your
outright
mouth.
now. You
Those
want
are the
outright.
actual words that came out of your mouth.
You made
People
that
were
up and you took it as you
people
wanted to take
watching that heard you say it.
change it and take
There's
it a different way. Take it away so that you can go and listen to the show and then make a real opinion on it. Because right
My
now
opinion
you
was
don't-
based on the words that you said.
You don't make any. No, that's the way you took it. You took it.
No,
the way
you said actual words,
took
and
it
that's how I
how
took
you
it.
wanted to take it. That's how you.
I took it
wanted
verbatim from the words that you
It
said.
doesn't matter either way. You didn't listen to the show, so there's no way to make an honest
I've
opinion.
gotten halfway, like John.
It doesn't matter. You can't make an honest opinion on it.
But that's not what you said. You said you don't
That's
get
what
it.
I'm saying
You
now.
don't get
I'm sorry
Kirk.
that you can't let go of words that don't mean anything.
John was
You have
here.
to take it how
John
you
made a
want to
joke
take
about it.
That's great.
You
Dr.
said I
Walker.
don't
Now
get
you're just
Kirk. I
wasting
guess I
time
don't.
talking in
Maybe
circles.
you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't get Kirk.
You said you wanted me to come with something. You can't even back up anything because you didn't even listen to the show.
But
Why
you
is he even here?
you
Why is
listened
he
to the
here?
show
You
and you
don't-
didn't come
can't
with
make an
anything.
honest opinion on anything here. You can't
You-
talk
you-
about Ukraine and Russia, honestly.
You
because
listen to the
have
show and you don't get it.
your mindset that you think you have to blow everything up. You don't understand about Kirk. You don't have anything to
There you
talk
go
about.
again. He said it again.
I just said it again while trying to make.
You're a fucking idiot,
You
dude.
haven't made
You're
sense
such a
since you've been
moron.
on here for the hour. You've
You
talked-
literally just said it again. You can't help yourself.
That's great. I'm glad that I control the way you talk.
I literally listened to what you
Apparently,
said
the way
verbatim.
I say things makes you say things the way you say things.
That's called a conversation.
He can't talk though. He has nothing to say other than the way I talk affects the way he says things.
We were talking about other things, and then you
That's
said
great,
that.
but you can't make an opinion without my words fixing your words in a.
We're
perfect
having
way.
a conversation.
No, we're not. We haven't had a talk since I've been talking. Nothing has been conversated about.
This
You've been
is
telling me that I can't tell you how to think about things.
Would it make you feel better if I tell you win?
There's no win or lose. You haven't.
You win, Jay. You win,
There's
Jay.
nothing stated. I
No,
feel
you
like
win.
I've wasted my whole 20 minutes of talking to
Jay.
a person that's not even there.
You win, Jay.
I don't need to win.
Yes, you
Can't
do.
talk about the
You
show.
need to win more than anybody.
You didn't finish the show. You have no right to talk about it.
Well, then you talk about it.
I
Yeah.
did. I said what I wanted to say. That's why I started all the conversation, but there's nobody here that is able to keep up because they haven't finished it. So we can move on. Talk about something that we all relate to because this doesn't make sense. You're talking about something you don't want to understand because you haven't
Because
finished it.
I have.
Whether you get Kirk or not, you don't get this episode because you didn't finish it.
All right, you don't get the episode because you didn't listen for a week. That's my take.
I understand any episode and I can jump in.
Okay, you don't get it. You don't get Kirk. You haven't
I
listened
can
last week.
understand Kirk in his sleep. I know his dreams. I know a couple things that he thought about last week. And I can understand that shingles was probably an edible thing. Hi, Lindsay.
Didn't you
How are you?
boycott the podcast for like
Yeah,
weeks?
this is so like ridiculous.
A mental break. What's wrong with a mental break?
That's
Okay.
completely fine, but don't
It is
judge other
so
people
cool.
for not listening to an
How can you
episode.
make an opinion on the show if
I don't want to look at your crotch. Can you move the camera?
dude,
Good. I'm glad your cat jumped. I think that everyone has the right to an opinion, Jay.
you need to finish the show to have an opinion today. There's no way to have
I
an
know
honest opinion.
there are hundreds of occasions where you haven't finished the show and you came on here to talk about the show.
Today's show is different because all these dummies are jumping to conclusions without listening to the whole show.
I
This is
just
how
wanted to
people get caught.
congratulate,
This is why I get the Facebook screenshots, the Facebook, all this. This is why people jump to conclusions because they read the title and then, holy shit, he's gonna die.
That's the point of putting a title like that, idiot. That's why they did it.
I just wanted to congratulate Andrew Augustus on his fine win against me. Congratulations. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
I
It was
texted,
a loss that I wasn't really looking forward to, but
I didn't
had
vote
to
for
lose
either of them.
sometime. It's okay. I didn't
I
vote for
didn't
you.
trust the link. You know, I didn't trust clicking on the
Oh.
Google Doc.
Okay. I mean,
How was your weekend?
it was good. I relaxed. Had a long day on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was alright.
That's great.
Yeah, you know.
You cook at all or anything like that?
No. I made soup on Friday during my lunch break.
Kind of soup.
It's called a chini de pepe soup.
Sounds racist.
How?
I've
There's
never heard of it.
pasta, ground beef, celery, carrots,
No spice?
crushed tomatoes, onions,
Okay.
bay leaves, peppers.
Actually sounds really tasty with
It was
all
very
the
delicious.
options. Did you eat it? Did you just cook
I
it?
had like a little bit of it. I was very busy
Okay.
finishing a
Alright.
project that I didn't finish.
Have you
that I
ever heard of
finished this
soup like
morning.
that, Dr. Vodka? I've never ever in my life heard of a soup with all those ingredients. It sounds like a beef stew. Minus
No, it's ground beef with like pasta and veggies and like crushed tomatoes
It's like a
and beef
like a
stock.
like a wholesome American chop suey, I guess.
I guess if you let the pasta sit too much, like it definitely absorbs a lot of
Yeah.
You just ask him if he likes
liquid.
something he may have never had.
I just didn't think it sounded like a soup. It sounded more like a chili.
No, it's a soup. Chili is there's no
A stew, I think, is the word I'm going for, like a stew.
like
This
a
guy,
soup.
man. This fucking guy.
Fuck.
Fuck,
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this.
fuck.
guy.
I know, like, listen, dog. I know. I just went on a rant about listening halfway and giving your take on something. But have you?
What's your take on this?
Have you had this
this,
soup?
and if you haven't, what's your take?
We can talk about stew all day.
That's.
about
I
that.
feel like that's Jay's way of feeling bad.
Jay's way of apologizing to you.
Yeah, I think that was nice. I'm sorry.
I think that was Jay's because I didn't say anything since
cute.
then.
That was cute.
Jay was sorry.
All right, continue about your stew, Jay.
There's 4 fucking boxes here, all right? It's
Well,
nice to
I
get
hear you
mouth
give me
moving
fucking
from
opinion
all of
about
them.
stew. I swear to God, I'll fucking kick you up.
I get bitched at. If I just bitch between one person, I get bitched. Oh, everybody didn't get to say anything.
No, I will say this way: you're fucking entertaining.
We're talking food. I think we can all converse.
Sacrifice of all of our mental everything. You're entertaining.
Well, I think we'd have to agree on that 100%.
Yeah, maybe there's me and I don't know 10 other people that agree with that, but
No, I agree with it.
That you're entertaining.
okay,
Despite-
you could be part of that 10 people.
Despite as
I
much
think
Jay
it's-
makes me mad, it's 100% true.
It's entertaining.
Do you guys
'Cause
know?
I've never met somebody like Jay. Like he's not like a normal
He's a
person.
No, I've
unicorn.
Yeah, he's
He's
a
a fucking unicorn.
I think they hide people like me in the military.
He's trying to take digs.
No,
like
I
that.
do. I actually, Dale has said this before. Golden Ticket Dale, that I would be. Good.
Oh my God! Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, you
Yeah,
missed the whole
friend.
fucking bracket.
Welcome back. Please go vote.
Dude,
I'm not gonna talk about vote for what, but welcome back. So, Doc, I do want to say Dale said I'd be a good service member, and
No, I said that. I
Dale
said you'd
said
be
it
a good
first.
machine gunner.
Dale said it first.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
But aside
So
from that,
funny opening,
you
though.
guys all said,
Very tense.
I've always been looked at as a person that would, be there for the boys. A la BA. BA would say.
Allah.
And
Allah.
and I, well, because we've talked about being there for the boys, right?
Yeah.
Always,
I'm
always gotta be
always
there
for
for
the
the boys
boys.
Yes, FTV.
and girls.
And I think what my idea with the military is, I don't know. There was something there.
Yeah, I knew
don't
this was
remember.
going nowhere.
Has
Vaughn-
anyone ever ice rolled their face?
Like with an ice cube
Candle lit.
for a pimple.
No, it's like an ice roller.
Yeah, Carm does it all the time. She has like one made of like it's
Yeah.
like an emerald looking stone.
Yeah, like a jade roller, right?
Jade roller. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I feel
thought
like
Put it in
it's
the
aluminum.
freezer.
Yeah.
The,
Carm, you can't have that candle lit, dude. That's gonna blow up.
John the
That,
Baptist
that one that's real
got
low.
his head
What?
cut off with an emerald sword.
I
John
got this one with aluminum, and it is so cold. My face was fucking frozen.
Was it just to like smooth out your wrinkles?
No, it's to like depuff your face
Reduce the collagen.
and lymphatic drainage.
So it's to make your face not as bloated, essentially.
Well, it's to make your face like if you're tired, like it's
Like a sticker
supposed
when you
to-
want to flatten out the sticker
You know,
point.
how, like when you have a bruise or something swollen, like you put an ice pack on it. It's like an ice pack for
It's
your
like
face.
what they do for boxers, like cold
Yeah,
compression.
yeah, with the nickel. They put the quarter on their thing to smooth out the bumps.
No, he's talking.
My
He's
That's what
talking.
they
sister
do.
got
That's what they do
one.
in poor
I
people
had to
places.
get
But
one.
actual boxers have cold compresses. Which
I've
are
seen them use $50, John.
once
On
again,
the,
I'm sure you've seen it.
on the HBO channel. I've seen Canelo. He uses a special quarter.
Maybe.
Canelo does. That's the only one I can
John,
remember.
you don't know about it. You don't know as
I
much.
know
about it.
certain things. They stick in my head for some weird reason.
There,
Do you ever notice that
fight.
certain things stick in your head about every topic,
It's
and that
not
you
my
know more
fault
than
that I
everybody
have-
on every topic?
And maybe it's
called
only
the
those things, you
alexithymia.
know.
It's called alexithymia.
And maybe
It's
you
like
only
my-
know half of it, or only you listen to half of it. Did you
Well,
watch
you
the
know,
whole
like-
HBO thing?
You know, like picture.
Yeah, if you didn't
You
finish,
ever see that movie with Jennifer Aniston and Charlie Day when she like rapes him in the dentist?
Yeah, I got halfway though.
And they all do. Well, Jason Sudeikis does like the picture thing, like he's like mental pictures type throughout the whole movie.
No, I haven't. I haven't
It's
seen
called
it.
Hall Pass. That's
yeah,
what-
yeah. He goes,
And he's like,
yeah.
That's like me all damn day, and then I'll have deja vu all
Are you
damn
talking
my
about
life.
how your eyeballs work right now?
Yeah, it's like no, that's why it's best when I do this. When I do this, I like it because this is what Phil's problem was. I know I realized this from the beginning of me moving the camera and not using my laptop. When you use your laptop, the camera's always right in front of your face, right? With this, when you're using a webcam, Phil would have two monitors every Mincel Intel, so he wouldn't know where to look.
Yeah,
So, like,
Chris did this in the beginning.
It's hard to not watch you guys talking. You just got to look at the camera.
Yeah,
You
I only
can't
look at myself
can't.
during shows, anyways.
You can't look anywhere else. My ADD, like I'll see stuff and I can't think. I was really gonna talk about something with
Yo,
you,
it
Rob.
fucks with me to the point where, like, if I'm doing something, like if I'm getting filmed for something, like at work or something, like I need a monitor that shows me.
Yes,
I need
yeah,
to be able
that's what I'm saying. I need to see what I'm doing so I don't.
Yeah, so I don't
know
look
I'm doing
like
it right.
Yeah, I am that way too. I will say that.
What?
I'm that way too. Like, it's like I didn't know that until I had this job.
It's nice to have a little bit of direction.
Well, I think it's because we started doing this stuff in this world where, like, we have a StreamYard where we see ourselves.
Well, no, VC was that.
Trey, I didn't do
know
my
that.
makeup today for you. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, so I've been avoiding talking about your beauty aspect because you're so beautiful anyway. And I think that
You didn't have to roll your eyes.
I didn't. I had a grape in my throat. I think that's why you stay off the camera anyway, Dr. Vodka. You know, like you're ugly. You're ugly. So do you
That's the reason.
do you always have to do your hair, Lindsay? Like every morning? Because
I usually dry shampoo it.
question.
Like, I only I wash my hair like 3 times a week.
Like I can't even put it like
Your hair is different. Like, your hair is a different
I
scenario.
can't even like do.
You look like you need a shower, Jay.
I do. I will have one tonight. Thank you for that. I almost forgot. Without you, Dr. Vodka.
Seems dramatic.
Yeah. Calm the fuck down, dude.
No, I have fishy fingers. I had a fish taco for lunch.
Are you all right, dude?
Have you taken your medication today?
I don't think he's on any.
No, thanks for saying that, Linz.
You're welcome, bud.
Mother of
You
God.
are wild.
Jay, You're doing great.
You are living your best life.
Yeah.
You don't remind
See
me
you
of
out
the
here
Joker
killing
at
it.
all.
Taylor.
Why is today that day?
What?
Just because I listen to the show.
Oh shit.
Why do you think I stopped listening? I'll tell you, Lindsay. There is a reason why Cullinane allowed you to call in to give him that entertainment report, because that fucking guy has no idea how to read a fucking room. None. He caters to Shank. He caters to Red. He caters to all those fucking.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, he doesn't cater to me because I think
Oh
a
my
piece of his
god.
would be
I
back.
think we got the fire tonight, folks.
I think
Imagine him if he was out on the street right now.
Yeah, dude. I will quote Jay. I'm afraid that the kids in my neighborhood think I'm the creepy guy. It's so true.
I'm not that guy. I have a plan of putting up a nice welcoming sign along my back.
I want to know if the kids think I'm like the weird guy in the neighborhood.
Oh, 100%. You are 100%.
Like it's tough to come out of that fucking.
I
performance.
can't do
Say
the
it
mustache.
might.
The mustache has to stay off my face. The mustache just messes everyone up. That
You need a
that
haircut.
mustache makes me look like I supply Blind Mike's daddy with everything he has in his
With
face.
all his underage porn.
Oh, my
Or that.
God.
Or that. I are we ready for me?
I don't think I'm never ready for you.
So welcome to Good versus overtime. But here's what I wanna put this out there.
Are you ready for me? Clip it.
Yo, that's kind of a good name. Are we ready for me? Oh,
That will be the new double overtime.
it's just Jay there with like a towel, but it's so unfolded, and he's holding it just his dick out. That's like
Why does
That's like a
Cullinane?
Stevie
This
album,
is what I was
dude.
going to talk about. This is not what I was going to talk about. But why does Cullinane think that they have to talk about Callahan all the time?
I don't know. I hate that too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's very annoying.
We never talked about it before. Nobody ever listened to it before. Is he trying to be nice?
I don't know.
I think he's
like
I think he's like really hates him, and
I
he's
didn't
like
mind
upset.
I didn't mind the fact that it brought the Carano stuff into it. So like we can't be beggars, or like beggars can't be choosers here.
I thought it was funny that Carano was the emergency contact for Steve during the case.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, did they bring that up again today?
Yeah,
Since
they
I only
brought
listened to
that up.
halfway.
Blind Mike felt horribly insulted that Steve felt like he was too incapacitated to handle such a thing.
I mean,
I also, it's just interesting how Carano, like, he did kind of snake his way into like the good graces of the show.
Oh,
in the
100%.
beginning.
Because he's a snake.
You know, so
I
like,
hate him.
I
He's
don't
he's
mind-
actually the worst person that's ever been on the show.
No, I think Quantum Week Chris is actually, but
I
he's a
would
great
gladly take
person.
Conor Chris over
Oh,
Carano.
100%. Carano's the worst.
Carano
Actually,
wasn't
I like
on the
Carano
show.
on the show because like I hate him so much. So like I
Carano
can't.
produced the show. He wasn't on the show.
Yeah, but he would
I
talk.
would also
like he's on the show.
take Blind Mike Sneaker's side over Carano, and that's what got me blocked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, Sneaks hates me,
Okay.
and I still.
Hit the post said in the comments. He said he talks about Jerry because they've both worked with him.
Yeah, but is that
I kind
something-
I get what he's saying, but I'm like more on your side, Jay. It's like,
I
but
think
at the
it's
same
about-
point, it's like we get it. We've talked about Jerry every fucking show at least once or twice.
I didn't think
last
about
few
how you
shows.
said it though. Maybe Cully is spiteful and is just trying to show how horrible the show is.
That's what I think it is. I think he's fucking mad at Jerry.
I
and
don't
he's-
think, like I said here when we talked to who did we talk to that was part of that show?
I don't know, dude. We have a lot of people.
Turtle Boy. I was like, we're talking about the Jerry Callahan podcast. Like, I'd rather listen to Talking Loud say nothing. I'd rather listen to Dr. Vodka on Twitch. I'd rather listen to the hits with Lindsay calling in and not knowing anything. Just high as
Thank
a
you,
kite
Jay.
from the night before.
I'm
I
not high
don't
as a
get
kite.
why people feel like just because Kirk was partners with him, he's important. He's
Sean
very
Sean just said Carano leaving is the only time it made sense to bring him up or bring it up.
Carano. No, the Quantum League canceling was great. You can't ever. That should have been a champagne day, actually. Sean,
My coworker resigned and just sent his resignation letter to
Probably.
my boss.
female or male? Actually, sorry.
He's male. My
So,
boss,
he,
his
him.
the boss's boss, and then HR, and then called out my boss because she's a psycho.
Mhm.
But she made him come in on Friday with the snowstorm and told me on Wednesday that I could work from home.
That's
She's
bullshit.
definitely she chooses her favorites.
Do you do more
Sounds
work?
like you need a new job based on all the things I've heard about.
Yeah,
your job.
we.
I'm
can't-
not complaining about it. I had a
Oh,
really
come
great.
on.
No, I was sad that he left. That's the only thing I'm complaining about. But it's
More
better
work
for
for
him.
you. More overtime for you. Get that extra money.
No, him and I were working on different projects. No, he's like, I still have the work computer. I'm just trying to get everything I need off of it for evidence.
Oh, I
He's
was
like, I might
talking
need you
about
to
the
pick it up
army,
for
Dr.
me.
Vaca. That's what I was getting at, and how I would be a good soldier, but I wouldn't be able. So number one, I wouldn't be able to pull a
You're a
trigger.
pussy.
I couldn't. I don't think I could shoot anyone. I really don't. I can barely shoot
You
animals.
couldn't.
No, I don't think I could shoot.
It's not as hard as you think when they're shooting at you. You're muted,
And I
John.
think multiple people would be
You're
shooting at you.
talking
muted,
to a
John.
guy
You're
that
muted, John.
probably wouldn't mind the bullet.
I said, plus you don't see it anyways. Like you're not gonna see it.
Exactly.
Well, you see muzzle flashes.
But I'm saying
Yeah,
No
but-
you're not gonna
sniping.
see yourself kill somebody.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, we're not. This isn't fucking. We're not checking
Oh yeah,
bodies a lot of the
like
time.
could you just survive cover firing all day without looking?
Wait, what? Ask
Could
that
you
question
just
again.
survive with like the gun on your shoulder, right, and then just like
Lab Rat says that Jay would be
Without
a good
aiming.
suicide bomber.
without ever aiming? Could I just survive like running around like just like?
No, you get in a lot of trouble if
You
you
would
did that.
probably kill half your fucking. Once again, I say this all the time. If this were a war, Jay would take his gun, turn around, shoot me.
I wouldn't
That's
shoot.
That's
I'd
what a lot of
probably-
Afghans did to us when we tried to train them.
I'd probably threaten you to get in front of me and go first. I don't think I
Oh,
would. shoot.
Lindsay said it, but I want to say it again. Jay would
What?
make a good suicide bomber.
I couldn't do that.
Old lab rat.
I'd find a way to fuck that up.
You sure would.
You do it too early and take out a farmer's
Yeah,
market.
I'd be negotiating. I'd be like, I'll give you this bomb for like 20 plants or something like that.
Either making a Twisted Metal series.
For,
Oh, I wonder how that'll be.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
I'm
process.
surprised. Like, how could they make that this late? That's only like that only applies to like our generation.
yeah,
It's
but I
got to
mean,
be a money thing.
yeah,
What
we,
is
we
it?
are we are the generation to like we are the demo. Trust
Twisted
me.
Metal, you ever hear of that?
We are. Everyone
Or
wants
video
our,
No.
our
It's a
generation.
video game where like cars smash each other and
Yeah, it's like
rockets and stuff.
PlayStation 1 era type shit.
Yeah, it's like when we were kids.
I just we'll see. It'll be interesting.
They did come out with one for like PS4, I think, and it was horrible.
Lab Rat said Jay would need a terp so he could communicate with American soldiers.
I have those. It's just a lot to swallow for like an all day affair. So I just need to know what test I was doing that day, and I could terp per. Dr. Walker, I was listening earlier, and there's the most extreme test. There's this guy, Goggins. He's been on Rogan, I think, or he's like an elite.
Walter Goggins?
He's a big workout guy.
No, not him.
He's funny. He's really funny. He's big. He's like passionate, persevere, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like a motivational type Instagram guy. I think the funniest thing is he doesn't follow anybody, but he has like 11.3 million followers. So he's like he ran like 19.3 miles, and he said it changed his life, and that was the hardest thing he ever did in life. But I think he was a SEAL. He did the most extreme test that you can do in all those fields.
Mhm.
but he said running 19.3 miles was the hardest thing he ever did.
I would. Are you asking me why he would say that, or why are
He's
you asking?
like-
What are you asking?
He
me?
from Providence walked 81. This guy did the same thing. This guy did that too. He actually talks about that in another thing, but he didn't run it. So like running 19.1 is harder than walking 81.
I mean, I don't know his story. I don't know the
Are the tests in the army and stuff harder than doing stuff like that? Is what I'm asking. Because I
running
do
19
believe people can walk.
Yeah,
and
they
keep
can
going.
be. They can be. I feel like they could be physically harder, but
Like, do
it's all.
people
You're
It
alone with
depends
your
on the person.
thoughts
It is.
on
Huh?
like a 19.1 mile
Sean
walk.
says because he was fat when he did it.
No, it was a run.
Oh.
20-mile run.
Okay, so if you're alone
Wait.
with your thoughts on a 20-mile run, that can be more mentally fucked with you. Like,
Also, if you're saying
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is and he was a SEAL, you get so good at doing your job that that's easy to you. It's like
You're
fucking
trained to do it, right? Like
right. So
your body's
wasn't
ready for it.
right, so maybe to him, and I don't know this person. If you're running
I'm trying to find him.
19.1 miles and you've never done that before, in his mind, that's harder to him because him being a SEAL and going into combat is something he's just used to and he's good at it. And
He's
it's like a fish out of water. It's like a seal out of water.
What's up?
Fish out of
Sean said
water.
this David Goggins guy it was hard for him because he was fat when he did it. He was 280 pounds and it changed his life.
Yes.
And then Lab Rat said Goggins does ultra marathons. Jay,
Yeah,
you
he's done,
dummy.
like-
He has done 100 miles
But
race.
he hasn't. I think the 19-mile thing was like that's how much he.
How
had.
does everybody know this guy and I don't know this?
Vodka.
He's saying-
You
I
should watch
know
the
him from
video
Elvis.
on
I know
mine
him
that I
from Elvis.
tweeted the other day. It's like I forget who it is, but it's called like Good or something.
I'll
What?
go look at it.
It's a video. It's a motivational video that one of my coworkers sent to me.
It was this guy.
No, I don't know who it was.
Oh, okay.
I tweeted it out.
All right. I'll watch
Wait, so
it.
I'm confused now, Jay, because Lab Rat saying he's done 100-mile races. You said
I believe that
19.1.
he needed 19-mile. Like that's probably how many he needed to go, and he kept. You know what I'm saying? It was probably.
Oh,
one
so
of
he
those-
was like on his way to 100. He had 19.1 to go.
And
Okay.
he said like his body was giving up, but he has trained his body, and this is what he believes about people: is when you're ready to give up, you've only used 40% of your energy. So like our bodies are trained to shut down unless it's a life or death, or like Maui, I say like fight or flight. Like he can turn on and save his life and jump like 10 feet in the air if he has to. I've seen him do it. And
Well,
like
I mean, I think it's a known thing that humans are incredible
Well, that's-
beings when
yeah,
we
yeah.
have to be. I mean,
yeah, but like
there's that
Only
guy
if you
that
half watched something.
the guy that Navy SEAL Chapman.
the one-liners are awesome.
That Navy SEAL Chapman guy who he got 2 Medal of Honors. He
I
was
did
shot
not
like
watch the podcast.
he was shot like 8 times and
I
he
listened
fought
to
back
Elvis.
by
It's
himself
been a
against like
while.
25 Taliban. He ended up dying, but like he was shot 8 times and he was able to like.
Yeah, I mean, bullets are bullets. As long as you get hit in the right place, you're gonna live.
I guess.
Fucking Paul Pierce got stabbed how many fucking times with a knife that like had no business. Like people get hurt.
I know,
Bad.
but these are 7. He got shot 8 times by 7.26 rounds. It's not like I don't know if you know how big those rounds
What if they
are.
only shot one leg?
You have to read the
likes
book.
big
He didn't
things.
just get shot in the leg. He got shot in the chest. I don't know where in the chest. They didn't say.
Obviously nowhere vital.
Just saying, he got shot 8 times and he fought back against like 25 Taliban by himself, and it's on video. You can look
I've
it up.
seen the video.
That's
Dale
a
showed us the
badass
video.
thing.
I think Dale showed it to us in the VC one night. It's on YouTube, I believe, right?
It's everywhere. It's
Yeah,
like there's just a drone overhead watching it. It's like brutal to watch.
Probably Jay's gonna jerk off to it.
No. You kids, it's black and white. I don't do black and white.
John, I don't think John heard Lindsay say that. That made me laugh.
No. So all right, can we get into this other thing since John's busy doing nothing? I the other
Probably
day
working.
had a situation where I had an opportunity in a conversation via the DMs with a pretty lady. And this is not something
Jay, I
that
told you not to reveal our DMs.
Ooh, well played.
Okay, so on to the real conversation I was having. So I guess this have from my research, which is bad because I should have given up because I've been since blocked by this person just for asking what I should do with my hair.
Oh, you already told the story.
Yeah, so I gotta end this, or do I go to the barbershop?
Go to the barbershop and get your fucking Jew curl cut the fuck off.
I'm only going there. Well, this person doesn't cut the hair there, and I think she's just like the cashier.
You do too many things for girls. Like
I'm not doing
the
anything
pursuit
for
of
anyone.
girls.
I'm going to get my hair.
In the pursuit of girls.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Go to McDonald's
my other
because
option was
girl.
continue to go to McDonald's, and
No,
she
stop
usually
going to
works behind the
McDonald's.
counter and doesn't help
Yes,
anyone.
I know. You know.
So I mean,
You're trying to get a McDonald's chick?
Yup, he is.
she's really nice. She works at the one on.
Have you talked to
Fremont.
her yet?
Yeah, we've had conversations while she was mopping one day. I said, good job. Thank you. Have a nice
Oh,
day.
Get a number 3.
It's a shiny floor.
it's a shiny floor.
Oh,
Hey,
she's
you know,
never
she's
at the
wifey
register,
material.
Dr. Walker. That's what I was just saying. Is like there's not even that. She's usually way behind the bag doing like the baggage. Or
The baggage.
Yeah. All right. Well, Maui, you have anything?
So Sean said, to catch up with the comments, Sean said, Goggins spoke at a convention I was at. He's pretty badass. Jay watched a podcast and misinterpreted everything, basically.
Okay, he's got 4.7 million followers. He follows nobody.
11.7.
He's pulling the Skip Bayless there.
He was a Marine, I guess. Oh no, he's a Navy SEAL. His book's called "Can't Hurt Me."
Okay.
Maybe it should be a part of your book club.
Okay, I've seen that book. I've seen the cover of that book.
Okay.
I did not know it was. I didn't know he's this entertaining or this.
He seems pretty elusive. Like
Jay, I don't think we should
know.
watch this video on. John, make him stop.
Run 4 miles every 4.
All right,
John, you're the one that stops him from doing that. You're not doing it.
Dr. Vodka, I need to take a shower. When's the last time you ran miles like that?
3 years ago.
Okay, all right. So I mean, I can't.
Jay, when's the last time you ran?
Not that. I didn't run my. Not if you're saying 100 miles, I've never done that. I did a half marathon one time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did yesterday, and it was pretty
And it was
impressive.
longer than 3 years ago.
I beat Elvis yesterday. Not that he was trying his hardest, but I don't have a problem keeping up with him.
I beat Elvis. Were you racing him and he didn't know you were racing?
No, you beat the shit out of him? Like
when this is what I'll say about the pygmies. I think that they were really important in obviously. So listen, this is why they won in Nam, right? This is why they had trouble in the jungles because the people were smaller. You know, like they were these big, huge.
Did you just call the Vietnamese people pygmies?
No,
Yes,
like they were
did.
smaller. They were smaller people. They were able to navigate the jungles better, and
they weren't pygmies though.
They were a lot smaller, just like the pygmies back in the day in the islands and whatnot. There's a study on rats where they drown them. They drown the rats.
There's a study on rats where they would drown them. Jay would like.
Why are they drowning rats, Hijab? We need to know why they're drowning them. I don't mind. It's just not fair. They don't have a chance. Like rats aren't great swimmers as it is.
You kind of look like a drowned rat.
Ooh.
I love you.
Hurtful stuff.
I think.
I just need you to
John,
take a shower and like.
John, I
get
want
a
you to know
haircut.
when you.
Yeah. I was gonna hit it on that terrible mean Jay comment, but go ahead, Baka.
No, I was gonna say, John, when you disengage from the conversation like that, it actually makes me hate you.
Okay.
Now you can Freddie do.
What are you doing, John? What are you doing, John?
Looking at stuff.
No, and I was just wondering if you were doing any.
Freddie doing myself, please.
Russia's here.
Okay.
We have Russia in the house, or Israel, I guess.
What?
Israel kid in the chat.
Gentlemen.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop, think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss. I like the sushi, cause it never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust.
2 points. Bosnian pyramid, biggest pyramid in the world. Take a look at that. Also, take a look at the stuff in Ukraine that's like on the ground. RIP to all the lost souls. Hey, cut this shit out. They put rats in a bucket of water and keep them there until they give up. Then save them, then do it a second time, and they can last 3 times as long. Yes. Is that in the Fauci book? Good versus Evil will start at 10. Ready to